Welcome home to USA Global TV and Radio, a place where dreams take flight, with authentic storytelling, diverse perspectives and meaningful conversations, where global stories unite and bridges are built beyond all borders. Discover world-class education, entertainment, hope and inspiration. Together, we're building bridges worldwide. Subscribe to our channel, USA Global TV. Download our app, USA Global TV. Be our guest or join our team. Visit usaglobaltv.com. Thanks to our founder and executive producer, Dr. Jacalyn-Kerbeck. Music score by Yeffy Tang from Cloud Road Music. Voiceover artist Mike Porter. Creative direction by Paul Garcia. USA Global TV and Radio. Your home for global connection. All rights reserved. This video and its contents are the exclusive property of USA Global TV and Radio. Unauthorized use, duplication or redistribution in any form is strictly prohibited.
Hello and welcome to USA Global TV and Radio. This is It's Your Healthy Lifestyle show, hosted by the founder of this platform, Dr. Jacalyn-Kerbeck, and myself, Roland-Friedl. How important is your health and fitness to you? We show you how you can easily eat healthier every day, how you can improve your fitness and recover much quicker after your exercises and workouts. Families will learn how to optimize their children's health and nutrition. And finally, you will also hear how you live a long, healthy and fit life into your old age. Join us here on It's Your Healthy Lifestyle.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome home to USA Global TV and Radio, where we proudly provide world-class education, entertainment, hope, and inspiration. I'm Dr. Jacalyn-Kerbeck, and I want to thank you for joining us today. Wherever you are in the world, we have just crossed over 106,000 subscribers on our YouTube Silver Creator Award channel. And on our second channel, Dr. Jacalyn-Kerbeck, we have over 36,000. So thank you to all of you on YouTube and everyone else all over the world, wherever it is you're watching. Our show today is It's Your Healthy Lifestyle. And the star of our show is Mr. Roland-Friedl. We have a very special announcement. Roland has become our country partner for Germany, Austria, and Switzerland. We're going to find out more about this. He and I were just able to meet in person for 2 days in Vienna, which was incredible. He's an amazing host. And he's also a Mantrepreneur. He's a serial entrepreneur. He's someone who works to help advocate for rights of men. And he's actively involved as an author. He's got a book that's coming out in German. It also will be available in English very soon. Let's welcome him to the program and find out what he has to say. Hello, hello.
Hello, Dr. Jacalyn. Great to see you. Hello to our audience. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're joining. Hello. Great to be back.
It's great to see you. And what are you wearing today, by the way?
Oh, I'm standing up. I'm wearing a very special T-shirt. I absolutely love. I'm a TV show host on USA Global TV and Radio. I proudly wear this in my daily life too, not only during the show.
It looks great. And I want to give a shout out to Mitzi Atelier, who actually custom made my headpiece. So thank you so much. She's over in London doing a great job. And she just joined us as an elevated listener, and she'll be on the reunion show with us. So hello to you. So Roland, I just put up this wonderful information for our audience. Can you explain a little bit about what's going on with this?
Yeah, the idea came, I guess, a few months ago when I did many shows, hundreds of shows for USA Global TV and Radio. Always a lot of pleasure and a huge honor. And some of the interviews I did in German because my interview guests they felt more comfortable in German because that's their native language, not English. So we did it in German. And yeah, then we came across, why not doing it in German and bringing German shows, more German shows on the German-speaking market in the DACH region, meaning in Germany, Austria, and Switzerland. So we met in Vienna a few weeks ago, and by the way, it was lovely to have you here. Yeah? And yeah, and so we start producing German-speaking shows coming soon the next weeks. Yes.
Fantastic. Well done. And I had a great time with you. And we actually were able to meet with two lovely ladies in Vienna, and they took us to a phenomenal restaurant. What was that restaurant?
The Black Camel, das schwarze Kamel in Vienna. Yeah, the Black Camel. It's a very fancy spot, by the way. It's very old traditional, but it's a fancy spot in a way, because I went there when I've been living there with my wife many years ago in Vienna. It's very traditional for the so-called upper class, what they call it, is when you go shopping in the center, the first district, where all these fancy shops are Dior and Prada and Gucci, whatever. So you go there for normally for some finger food and a glass of wine or something like that, or you go to the restaurant. So yeah, and you saw it, the spot was crowded. There's no chance without any reservation. I love the spot. The food is excellent, and the service too, by the way.
Absolutely. I love that entire area that we were in, and I definitely look forward to going back to it. And Vienna was extremely walkable, by the way. I thought that was interesting, but we walked everywhere, and we even walked in the rain. We got rained on a little bit, but we had a great time. So thank you for being such an outstanding host. And we weren't alone, by the way. Who was with us?
Yeah, hello. Yeah, she's tired now because in the morning we already did a huge round. I do archery. So in the mornings we walk through the forests and we shot 40 animals. Dear to the audience, we shot 3D animals. So it's 3D, not real animals. Okay, so we shot more than 40 animals. So we had a long hike through the mountains, and she's exhausted. By the way, me too. But I'm very excited to be back on the show.
Well, I'm great to be here with you, grateful. And we're going to talk about keto, fat burning formula. So there's plenty of different diets out there. And I know you and I have had many shows talking about what we put in our mouth and whether or not we're making healthy choices. But some people actually have a lifestyle where they choose a certain diet, and it's not really a diet. It then becomes a lifestyle. And I think keto is one of them. Is that correct?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there are many different forms of diets on the market. Some make more sense, some make less sense, some are really healthy, some are unhealthy. I choose the keto diet again. The reason for that is, to be honest, it is a private one. I spent a few days before we met in Vienna and after we met in Vienna with my auntie. I have an older auntie, and she's living alone in her house. So whenever I have time during the warmer months, the summer months, I'm there. I'm preparing, the garden, cutting the wood and stuff like that. So I spend a lot of time with her. I cook for her. I do the cooking, but I cook what she wants. And her food, her meals are very Austrian, very traditional. They're heavy, tasty, but a lot of carbs. So I said, oh my gosh, maybe I'm gaining a little weight. So I decided I go back to keto, not to carnivore like I normally do. I go back to keto because I love the keto diet, and the keto diet is very healthy, and it's not so, I wouldn't say not so boring like the carnivore diet. So yeah, let's go to keto. And I always have amazing results. I always feel really, really good with it. And it's very easy to integrate in your daily lifestyle. Absolutely.
So you were feeling a little heavier, let's say, and you decided that you wanted to make a change. So when you think about keto, what are some of the primary foods that people typically will eat on this plan?
Okay, first of all, when we talk about ketosis means the body is burning fat for energy and not carbs, not sugar. That's the main difference. So this means that in the keto diet, but first of all, I never count. I'm not a calorie counter, to be honest, because I know when I eat very healthy, I don't care about calories. I eat until I'm full, and I'm not gaining weight. Actually, I'm losing weight. But what it means in a keto diet is that about around 70% of the calorie intake comes from fat, from healthy fats. 70%. 25% comes from protein. And maximum 5% comes from carbs. What I mean by carbs, I don't mean carbs from fruits and vegetables. I mean carbs from sugar-based, like sweets, like pasta, like rice, like potatoes, like bread, like cookies, stuff like that. So that's a keto diet. 70% around comes from fat, 25% from protein, so high in protein also, and maximum 5% percentage comes from the carbs, as I mentioned. And then there are two ways. You can do it on a vegetarian way, meaning you get the fat and the proteins from fruits and veggies, like avocados, avocado, by the way, is a fruit, not a vegetable. Where it's very high in fat, and you get the protein from maybe chickpeas or stuff like that, or beans or soya, or you do it more on like I do with animal based. I do it animal based because normally I'm a carnivore. I do it animal based, but yeah, it's about having a high fat index. Sounds weird for some people who hear it for the first time because we are trained for, I guess since the 50s, so 70 years or something like that. We are trained in media. Fat is bad, fat is bad, fat is bad, fat is bad, high cholesterol is bad, stuff like that. But so when we go to the supermarket and we buy prepared food or whatever you buy, everything is in low fat, but people are getting more obese. So something is wrong with this. So eating high fat is not the issue; it's the carbs. That's the point. Sorry. Yeah.
So it sounds like a plan that I could possibly follow myself, because one of the things I do love is fresh butter from France, and they actually have it here in the grocery store. It's very expensive. It's called, I think it's called Fat Boy or Big Boy butter or something like that. So in the course of a day, how many ounces, grams, etc., measurables of protein will you have?
Okay. I will have about 2 grams per my body weight. So I eat 160 to 180 grams of protein I eat every day. And I'm 60, so the older we become, we have to work out, we have to run or walk, whatever, but we also have to work out. And so I'm eating very high in protein, so 160 to 180 grams. Sounds much, but it's not, to be honest. Sometimes it's already done with my 11 o'clock breakfast. I have, I don't know, a pound of grinded beef, grass-fed beef from a friend. A friend of mine is breeding these animals, and they're not going to the slaughterhouse, so they're really good quality. They have a good life. And then I mix it with 4 or 5 eggs and a little bit cheese, and then you already have 160 grams of protein.
That sounds really good, actually.
It's really easy. Yeah, it's really easy. I have to tell you that, Dr. Jacalyn, and for our audience, it sounds a little bit weird too, but my diet is very close to my dog's diet or my animal's diet, like the cat I had before and the dogs. So very pure, very clean. I don't eat stuff from supermarkets mostly. I avoid restaurants if possible. I cook or barbecue for myself because I don't want products that come from big food. Not at all. There are so many products on the market, and especially if we're talking about TV. At my auntie's house, I was watching a little bit TV, some shows, some talk comments, and there's always those commercial breaks, and it's all about products from big food or products from big pharma. It's always the same. So things that normally you won't buy if you got manipulated all the time. So I don't eat mostly. I don't eat products from big food, which brings me in the benefit of not using any product from big pharma. Not at all. I'm healthy. I'm fit. I'm healthy. So. Yeah, we have to learn about what's going on in the world, how we spend our money. And the point is, there's a lot of commercials outside. So I would say big food is selling you the product that might be tasty, or you become addicted to them, because they are high in sugar. And then you need pharmaceuticals from big pharma. And the point is that big media is silenced because they get paid by the commercials by big pharma and big food, and that's what's going on in the world. And most people, it's not that they eat unhealthy because they're lazy or stupid. It's because they believe what's going on in media, and that's what I love here on USA Global TV and Radio. That we really try to, I wouldn't say to educate, but show people a way of like myself, of a healthy lifestyle. And I have a short disclaimer, by the way. I'm not a medical doctor. I'm not a medical advisor, but I'm very healthy. I'm very fit because I always looking what I really intake in my body, and everything what I eat and drink is pure. So when we talk about drinking, by the way, I drink a lot of water, just pure water, and I love coffee. So in Vienna, I love coffee. So I love coffee and water. I very rarely, very, very rarely, in very rare moments, I drink a glass of wine or a small beer. Very, very. I guess I had 2 the last 2 months or something like that. I don't drink any soda at all, not at all, and I avoid also juice because juice is very high in sugar too. Sometimes I mix it a little bit, one part juice, 2-3 parts of water to get some taste. But primarily I drink water and coffee. And as I said, I go back to the keto diet because I know it from the past. I get a lot of energy. I feel much better. I'm losing weight very rapidly. I can eat whatever I want. I don't have to calorie count, and it's very tasty, by the way, because you have so many options in keto.
Absolutely. And I can definitely vouch for the fact that you drink a lot of water, because I was with you. We were drinking water quite often. I love water also. It's good for your skin. And I think it helps clear your mind, and it helps flushes out your body. So I'm a big advocate for water. And for people who are worried, I know in Vienna, the water is so clean that they don't even need filters in the home. I happen to have a filter here, so all the water that I drink is filtered, but you don't have to have a filter depending on where you live. In some places, the water is not clean. You can't drink it. So it's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. In Austria, we have not in all areas. There's some area where agriculture is a lot of agriculture, so all the herbicides and pesticides that has an impact on the water. But Vienna is a large city. I don't know, 2 million. I don't know. Well, a large city, not for the US, but for Austria, a small country. In total, we have 9 million. I guess Austria is 2.2 or 2.5 million, I don't know. So it's quite a large city, but by the way, a beautiful old city with a lot of tradition and arts and architecture. But the water comes directly from the mountains around 80 miles away, so 120 kilometers away. It comes directly from the mountains. So Vienna is very lucky with good water. But when I've been living in Vienna, to be honest, I spent just 16 years. I also use the water filter system because the water is good, but the pipes are very old. In Vienna, it's an old city. So we use a water filter system because for me, it doesn't make sense to go to a supermarket and buy water when you have water at home, depending on the quality, but there are very good filter systems at home. And I love water. It's the best. As you said, it's good for the skin. Because most people have an older skin because they're dehydrated. It's good for the skin. Water is cooling you. Water is a transportation, so it brings the ingredients into your body and your blood from your body cells, but also the toxic stuff and all the other stuff gets out through the water when you urine on a toilet. So water is very, very healthy. And by the way, I don't have the exact figures. It's more than 85% of our body is just water. And the older we become, it's a little bit less. We dry out a little bit, but we should drink a lot of water. It's very healthy. And by the way, the more water you drink, I think the less hungry you are. I don't know what your experience is, Jacalyn, but sometimes when I think I feel hungry, really, that's not when I'm hungry. When I think I feel hungry, I drink water. That's gone. Because sometimes, it happens to me too that I wouldn't say I feel bored, but sometimes I should eat something, but you're not really hungry. But I know some water's helping, absolutely.
Yeah, I agree. And it used to be, I don't know if it's still the same, but most of the earth is water, is covered with water. So our bodies and the earth, it's interesting. And, something else I just wanted to chat about. So, when I was with you and when I was traveling, I didn't have a lot of time to go to the gym, but we did a ton of walking wherever it is I went. But when I came back and I started going to my workout classes, and I'm not looking at other people. Sometimes I just observe, especially if I'm in a class at a gym. And the other day, 2 days ago, I did 3 classes in a row. So I did weightlifting, and there's cardio involved and sprints and burpees and all those things that we hate. And then I did a spin class. And then yesterday I did weightlifting and I did a spin class. And so I've started eating more protein because I really feel like I need it, because it's not easy. And I always push myself at the highest limit that I can, even though I feel like crying sometimes. I'm just tired. So I feel like after what you shared with me about how much protein you're eating, I need to eat even more. And I like what you shared about your breakfast with it's the ground meat, the eggs, and the cheese.
Yeah, it's tasty. And by the way, eggs are so healthy. Really, the good ones. The real good ones with the dark yellow. I only buy from free range chicken, organic free range chicken, and there's really a difference, because when you buy the normal supermarket stuff, they smell a little bit like fish, because this chicken get fed by fish stuff. So, eggs are very, very healthy. But again, the industry told it it's not healthy. It's not true, not at all. Eggs have a lot of minerals and vitamins. So I love eggs. I eat, I guess, between 20 and 30, 35 eggs a week, and I have no problem with my cholesterol, not at all. Of course, it's a little bit higher but it's normal, cholesterol is always, good cholesterol was always on 300, and then the big pharma tried to sell a product, stated in the United States has to be 200, but it's not true. So I feel good. And for example, I left my auntie's home today, and I'm going on a trip for the next 3-4 weeks through Austria, Switzerland, and Germany. And I know for the first days I want to really do a lot of archery, and in the afternoon I have a lot of work. So I prepared some meals, and yesterday I was standing in the kitchen in the morning at my auntie's home, and she said, "What the heck are you doing? Who is coming with you?" I said, "What do you mean, who's coming with you?" "Yeah, well, you prepared so much food." And she said, "You eat so much, and I understand you're not really gaining weight. You only gain weight when you're here with me." I said, "Yeah, it's the bread and the stuff." But anyway, so yesterday I had about almost 4 pounds of grinded black Angus meat, and I made meatballs. And I made it in the air fryer, by the way. It was really cool stuff. So I made meatballs like this. So I have a blend of meatballs in my fridge. I prepared turkey steaks because I love to eat them cold. And I brought a lot of cheese with me, many eggs, a lot of Greek yogurt. So what I really love as a dessert, by the way, is Greek yogurt, the fatty one. The fatter, the better. As I said, 70% is fat. Greek yogurt, and I bought a little lot of berries. I had bought blueberries, raspberries, and how do you call the black ones that look like raspberries? The black ones too.
Blackberries.
The black. Thank you for that. So a lot of berries. So when I wouldn't say snacking. Whenever I don't snack. Whenever I have a dessert, I have berries with yogurt, and I have plenty of steaks in my freezer. Yeah. So I prepare meals sometimes. I prepare them, eat them just cold. So when we talk about a keto diet, as I said, there are many videos outside. There's a lot of stuff on the internet. You can find your way, if it's more animal based like mine, or it's more vegetarian. That's up to you. But what I really love with keto is that you can really eat a lot of stuff, a lot of vegetables, a lot of different cheese, butter, eggs, fish, whatever. You can eat a lot. You just avoid the carbs. That's the point, like bread and pasta, rice, potatoes, and everything sweet, of course. It's really easy. And by the way, we talked many times about that too. What I also do is normally whatever diet I'm using is I do intermittent fasting. So I get up in the morning around 6. In summer, a little bit earlier when it's a nice sunny day. When it's raining outside, a little bit later, but around 6. So 5:30 to 6:30, I get up in the morning. I walk my dog for an hour at least, normally. And then I go back and have my coffee, just a normal coffee, or do a bulletproof coffee. And then I go to work. I check my emails. I do my phone calls. I'm at work. Or like next 2 weeks, I go archery in the morning. That's what I do in the morning. I go archery. And then with archery, you have 10 to 12,000 steps minimum in the first 2 hours in the morning. And around 11, I have my so-called breakfast. Today it was a little bit later because we went a little bit later archery. I had some meatballs and some turkey steaks, cold, not heated, and 3 boiled eggs. This was my breakfast, and a lot of water. And then I normally have a warm meal around between 4 and 6. Today it will be 6 because we are broadcasting 6 here in Europe. I will have a warm meat, and I don't know if I do barbecuing depending on the weather outside, or I put my ribeye in my air fryer and have my ribeye with salt and a lot of water. I drink a lot of water, of course, and then I will have some berries and yogurt. That's what I eat twice a day. I'm full. I'm never hungry. I have a lot of energy, and I feel quite good.
Yeah, it sounds very healthy as well. I love your program about, not eating first thing in the morning and getting the exercise in. One thing I just wanted to ask you about, I stopped eating yogurt for a long time, and I recently bought yogurt again, and I've got blueberries. But what I found is after I eat the yogurt, and even though the yogurt has 20 grams of protein, sometimes I feel hungry an hour later, which is very weird. And it only really happens when I eat yogurt or if I have oatmeal. So I stopped eating both of them, but I did buy the yogurt recently. Any thoughts on why that happens?
Well, interesting. I felt hungry when I had yogurt in the morning. It was very traditional. Also, you have a breakfast in the morning, and I went with yogurt and fruits, and then I was really hungry afterwards. The problem I have with yogurt is that, well, it's depending. The Greek yogurt is better for me, but the normal yogurt, I have like a kind of, how do you call it, muxus in the morning.
What is it?
You did this yellow stuff that's coming out when you're
Phlegm.
Yeah, it's like that. From when I eat too much yogurt, so I don't eat it every day, but I love it. It's healthy. It has protein and also fat, because I eat the fat from the Greek one. I love Greek yogurt, but not every day. Not every day. But it's just for me. Sometimes I want to have a dessert, and that's good for me. The berries. I don't use. Maybe I also have to mention. I don't snack at all, because we also train to snack here, snack there, healthy snacks or whatever, not healthy snacks. I don't snack. 2 meals a day, and that's all I'm eating. So I'm snacking not in between, even not fruits or whatever, even not a health so-called healthy alternative. I don't snack at all, not at all. That's because I especially. The point is, even if you snack something, whatever you call healthy, like an apple or something, is when it has sugar, the body produces insulin, and the point is, when the body is producing insulin, you cannot burn fat at all. Especially, I'm here in the countryside, and when they grow up pigs, for pork, they give them in their food a lot of insulin, so they grow faster and get fatter. So when your body is producing insulin, you cannot burn fat. So you have at least 4, better 6 hours of insulin breaks, meaning eating nothing, even not a so-called healthy apple. That's the reason why I'm not snacking at all. So especially for people who want to lose weight, be clear about the insulin production. So don't eat. Just when you feel hungry or you think you're hungry, drink water, or maybe black tea or black coffee or a herbal tea, but not sweetened at all. And an interesting thing, Dr. Jacalyn, is even not any sweetener, artificial or natural sweetener like stevia, not at all. But the point is that most people don't know is with insulin is, the body is not producing insulin when the sugar comes to your digestive system. It when it's in the mouth, and it's not the sugar itself, it's the taste. So under your tongue, you have some receptors, and when these receptors taste sweet, it tells the brain sugar, because our body is older than big food and big pharma. Our body is much older, thousands of years. So we are trained sweet, and so we have sweets. Okay, you produce insulin, so you're not going too high in sugar. So the tongue says sweet is coming, produce insulin, and even if there's no calorie sweet, a 0 calorie sweet, because it's a sweetener, whatever kind of, you're still producing insulin. And then people wonder, and I don't know how you observe it, but when sometimes I go to supermarkets, because I need some toilet paper or stuff like that. And I look what people are buying, because I'm very interested about generating health and food and stuff like that. And so I observe what is trendy, what people are buying. And most people who are obviously obese, you can see it, obese, and many people are, especially kids too. They buy low-fat stuff. They buy stuff with zero Coke and so whatever. Yeah. So there's sodas with zero so-called sugars, but it's a lot of sweetener. There's still a fat. The reason for that is, as I said, the receptors in the tongue tell your brain sugar is coming, produce insulin. And as I said, the production of insulin makes you fat. You cannot burn fat at the same time. So we really have to be aware, especially to our audience. If you want to lose weight, be aware about this.
That's a great point. It's very true. I've found at times in my life when I've been eating sugar, I'm currently not eating sugar, but I would find I was thinking about it all the time, and then I was craving it. And when you stop eating it, you don't even think about it. It's just a matter of just saying, I'm not doing this anymore.
You don't miss it. Yeah. I have maybe twice a month in summertime when there's a nice Italian cafe, have a nice Italian ice cream. I love that. I enjoyed it. So I'm not very strict. Or in a few days, in 8 days, a very good friend of mine has a birthday. So I also eat a birthday cake there in the party for sure, but a small piece just to taste it. So I have sweets, to be honest, but not on a daily basis like most people, and not in a huge quantity. It's just a small piece, and I enjoy it, and that's fine. Why not? Why not? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You have to treat yourself for sure.
Yeah.
And Roland, I know normally our shows are 40 minutes, but we're cutting this one a little bit short because we have a project we have to do, and then we're coming back with another show. So what would you like to leave our audience with in terms of the best way to reach you? And also, could you speak a little to Juice Plus as well?
Yeah, sure. We have a capsule in the background with fruits. So I got involved in Juice Plus, and the name says it. It's juice, or more, or the plus, more than juice. What is it? It's a supplement, and I started taking it in. Can you imagine, in 1990? So it's 25. No, it was in 1990. Yeah. 35 years ago. Is it possible? No, sorry. No, in 1990. In 1994, sorry, because I thought 35, no, it's 31 years. In 1994, June 1994. So 31 years ago, I've been starting taking Juice Plus. Even when I tried my best in eating healthy and being fit, I know that I should supplement, because I don't want to just not be sick. I just want to be fit and healthy, really fit and healthy. So I started taking supplements, and I was searching the market, and I said, okay, first of all, nothing artificial, not at all. As I said, no big food, no big pharma, nothing artificial. So I wanted to see I wanted to see a natural product, and I wanted to have a product that is as close to nature, meaning as close to fruits and vegetables, and that's Juice Plus. That's why I'm taking it since then every day. What is Juice Plus? It's 10 different fruits, 10 different veggies, and then different berries and grapes, which the company grows. And then it's very important, harvest when they're really mature. So all the ingredients, not only the vitamins and enzymes, but all these phytochemicals are in the product. Then they juice it on the premise. They juice it as the product named Juice, more than Juice, Juice Plus. They juice it. I make a juice out of it, and then they gave away all the sugar. So it's also convenient for people who are suffering from diabetes. So they get rid of all the sugar, and they get rid of all the water, and then you can store it forever. The powder. I always say, when you bring all the water out of my body, I look like a mummy in Egypt, but you can preserve me forever. Anyway, so and that's a powder, and this powder is in a vegan capsule, and you swallow this capsule with a lot of water, and the capsule's open, and the powder mixes with the water, and your body's absorbing the ingredients of 30, can you imagine, every day, 30 different fruits, vegetables, and berries and grapes every day. That's the reason why I take it, and it makes me feel good. I'm never sick. The only thing is, when I fly too much or stay too much in the seminar rooms, when I'm hosting or moderating or facilitating trainings for companies, I don't like AC, air conditioned, and I got a little bit on my running nose, but I'm never sick, by the way. So this is Juice Plus, but Juice Plus has many other more products. They have, especially for people who want to lose weight, they have very, very natural, very well tasting high protein shakes for people who want to lose weight. Also a very good option. Or even when you don't have time for breakfast, having a shake, or you want to replace some meal to have less calorie intake. So they have many products. But anyway, to audience, if you're interested in, said, hey, that sounds interesting what this guy is doing. And by the way, Dr. Jacalyn too. When you're interested and you want more information, you can contact me, or you can contact Dr. Jacalyn at USA Global TV and Radio and get more information about it. And by the way, kids get it for free. That's another point. So the second one is, the first question, how people can contact me. The easiest way is send me an email. That's the best way. It's my email address is office@ then my name, roland-friedl.com. I will spell it for you guys as office@ ROLANDFRIEDL.com. It's this easy to be. Send me an email, and then we make an appointment. Not only about Juice Plus, if you're in coaching or you run a business. I've been a trainer for international big tech companies like Xerox, OpenText, Sage, I don't know, many other, Diebold, Nixdorf, Holot, and so many others. So that's my business. But check it out on my website. You'll find all the information, and you're more than welcome to contact me. But at the end, it's all about sharing and caring and connecting people, and that's what we here do on USA Global TV and Radio. Yes, you're welcome to contact me. Thank you.
Thank you, Roland. And I want to tell you, one of my favorite words that you use is mummy. And we call it mummy. And you say, how do you say mummy?
Mummy. Yeah, mummy.
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 We say mummy, like walking around like a mummy.
Mama is my mother, That's
I love the way you say it. It's terrific. So as we close out the show, I just want to bring this up again because I'm just so happy and excited for you to be our country partner for Germany, Austria, and Switzerland. And for anyone who's interested, you can contact Roland. We have his information up there for you. And we also have a very exciting intro in German, which is coming very soon for the show. And we'll have an outro in German. And we even have a German deck that you can share with people who are interested in finding out more information.
Absolutely.
All right, we're going to say goodbye for now. We're going to go over to our sponsors, and then we'll be back with the next show, which is the Mallorca Connection. We'll see you then. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Bye.
Get ready to wear the brand that's changing the world of media. Introducing the official USA Global TV and Radio online store. From our TV show hosts to our incredible global guests, you asked, we delivered. Rep your appearance with pride. Whether you've been on air, hosted a show, or tuned in, we have something just for you. Visit us at usaglobaltvradioshoп.myspreadshop.com and start shopping today. Check back frequently. We're dropping fresh new designs all the time. Showcase your role in our global community. These designs celebrate your voice, your story, your presence. It's more than just merchandise. It's a movement of hope, inspiration, education, and elevated listening. Head to usaglobaltvradioshoп.myspreadshop.com. Your spotlight awaits. USA Global TV and Radio. Elevate your style. Elevate the world.
Thank you, viewers and listeners of USA Global TV and Radio, for joining us today. We're honoured to have your time and attention as part of our global community. At USA Global TV and Radio, we believe in the power of authentic conversations, meaningful connections, and creating a world of possibilities together. Want to be part of something bigger? Join our team of elevated listeners at usaglobaltv.com, a space where your voice matters and your ability to listen transforms relationships. Stay connected with us across all our platforms for thought-provoking discussions, expert insights, and empowering stories. Subscribe to our channels at youtube.com/c/usaglobaltv. Follow us on social media and explore the endless opportunities we're creating for growth, learning, and inspiration. Together, we're not just broadcasting, we're building bridges and changing lives one conversation at a time. For inquiries, contact us at info@usaglobaltv.com. Music by Johnny Dies. Produced by Executive Producer and Director Dr. Jacalyn-Kerbeck. Voiceover by Mike Porter. Creative Direction by Paul Garcia. All rights reserved. Copyright 2025. Visit usaglobaltv.com to view our full terms and conditions.